It's 6:30 and you know what that means. It's time for Serenity Night Live. Woohoo! Everybody, welcome to my show. It's just me today because I've been getting migraines, like big time migraines. And so because of that, I want to talk about that. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about migraines, and we're going to be talking about headaches. And we're going to be talking about what makes us get these migraines so much. So if you are ADHD or you're not ADHD, do you get migraines? Do you struggle with migraines? Today I'm straddling both TikTok and Instagram because I want to talk about what migraines does for me. So that's our premise. So welcome to Serenity Night Live, the only live show where forgetting to eat lunch might just trigger a 3-day migraine. I've never forgotten to eat and I still get 3-day migraine. So I really don't know why we get migraines. And because of that, sometimes, is this going to be the one that irritates me? Is this going to be the headache that means that I have to now go to hospital because my brain's about to burst? Is it one of those? I'm just going to say hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you. I can't read your name. I think it's something in Arabic. Isi? AC? I'm not sure. But we're talking about migraines, which are headaches. My headache happens on this side of my brain, the right side of my brain, always on the right side of my brain. Do you get migraines? Do you get headaches? This is really relevant at the moment because I struggle with them. I've been struggling with them since I was 14 years old. In fact, I have one right now. So this is live, people, and I am under a migraine spell. So I'm your host. My name is Shama. I'm a life coach. I am an ADHD brain wrangler and someone who has tried to meditate through so many migraine attacks, more than I care to admit. So why do we get migraines? For me, I get tired. I get burnt out, maybe. And this is my brain telling me that you're tired and therefore give it a go. I'm not D-Unit. I'm not rising anybody at the moment. I don't want to rise anybody because I haven't got the nous for a conversation, purely because I have got a migraine and I just don't want anything. So I just want to talk and be done with it. So please feel free to join me. Don't join me. Do what you want. I need to do what I need to do. When the burnout becomes physical and your brain decides that pain is the only way to get my attention, that for me is a migraine. D-Unit, if you continue to swear, I'm going to remove you and I'm going to block you. So please mind your language on my platform. Thank you. If you hit request to join, you can join me on my Instagram. You can join the live on Instagram, not on TikTok at the moment because I'm not taking on anybody on TikTok and I think there's going to be too many people. You can come on air if you want to, but you can switch off your camera, but be ready to speak. That is all I'm going to say. I remind you again before the spotlight segment. So, as you know, I'm a coach. I do accountability and I do productivity and I do confidence. So what seems to be an issue here? Would you like to have accountability? Would you like to have productivity? Would you like a little bit of confidence? If you're going to do some accountability challenges this week, let's commit to one small change that we're going to do today. My head is absolutely banging right now. I'm trying to just ignore it. It happens on this side. I think you can see one of my eyes seems to be going a little bit funny. That sometimes happens, but we'll be okay. So what small change are you going to commit to yourself? What are you going to do that is going to make your brain and your body feel that little bit more supported? For example, are we going to eat breakfast on time? Are we going to drink our 2 litres of water? Are we going to have a, See, my brain is not working now. Are we going to stay hydrated? What are the things that you want to do in order to hold yourself accountable? Please let me know in the comments, or if you feel free to do so, please DM me. My brain isn't working very well, and because we're going live, this is going to be hilarious. Body doubly challenge. If you are here for my live and you've been chilling and you've just been watching, why don't you go and make yourself useful? Go and do something for 10 minutes. Go and do a body doubling challenge. That could be, maybe you need to put away some clothes. Maybe you need to tidy up some stuff. Maybe you need to be doing something. So go ahead and make yourself useful and go ahead and do that. I'm going to talk about migraines now. Feel free to comment. I'm not going to be having any guests on today because I don't feel like it. Just because I don't know. I don't know why I don't want any guests. I just don't feel like talking to anybody. I think I've been talking to so many people all day long today that I'm just tired. So we're not going to have a deep discussion on this. But if you have something that is important and you want to say it, please feel free to put it in the comments below and I will talk to you that way. That's the way we're going to do it. But I just need to get my head out. So when did I first start getting my migraines? My first migraine was when I was 14 years old. I've been getting them ever since. They were very much more intense when I was younger. I've been to hypnotherapists, and there's a reason why my migraines were at such a young age. And it goes back to when I was younger and we moved abroad and then we came back, and the unsettling feeling that I felt at that moment, and the lack of my mother being around at the time because she was working constantly. My dad was still abroad at the time, so, you know, he wasn't around. So that whole disjointedness was going on. And because of that, I felt like I needed somebody, and it's almost like my body was asking for a cry of help, but I couldn't figure out why. So it manifested into a pain that happens here. And that pain is so sharp, it feels like as if I've got somebody literally stabbing me in the head and stabbing me in the eye and stabbing me on the side here and stabbing me here. That's how it feels. So it's constant throbbing, constant, and it's actually quite sickening sometimes. So I don't know whether that was an emotional burnout or whether it was because of ADHD or whether it was, you know, I don't know what actually caused my migraines because I only found out about ADHD 3 years ago. So I ignored some of the signs of when I was doing too much or I was spreading myself too thin, and I kind of just left it there. And I just realized that I couldn't function. So what has migraines taught me? Well, I gave up chocolate for a while thinking that is what triggered it. Didn't work. Gave up red meat for a while thinking that's probably what's triggering it. That didn't work. In the end, I figured out that there was I've got a I don't have a universal credit appointment because I haven't applied for universal credit, but thank you, Job Centre Plus 111. I appreciate the reminder, which was not needed, but thank you anyway. So my migraines is what we're talking about. Do you guys have migraines? Do you struggle with migraines? Does TikTok give you a migraine? Because it certainly gives me a headache trying to manage all of these social medias all at once. That I really struggle with. So do I have a social media manager? Not yet, but I'm going to be working on it. So like I said, my migraines happened since I was 14. Do you get migraines as well before AI? Heat triggers yours. Do you know, heat actually does not trigger my migraines. I'm actually okay with heat. I'm okay with sunshine. I'm okay with that. For me, it's the intense cortisol production brought about stress. So even when my body isn't telling me, even when my brain is saying to me that you're not stressed out, my body is stressed out, and so it triggers a migraine. So in this case, my burnout has happened. Nadia on Instagram, thank you, Nadia. When I don't sleep, that's another reason. Yeah. Sleep is one for me. And for me, sleep is a bit of a vicious cycle, because if I don't sleep, because I get chronic insomnia as well because of my ADHD, if I don't sleep, then I get migraines. And because of the migraines, I can't sleep. And so therefore that kind of starts triggering round and round. Have I tried cold showers? I know extreme, but worth a try. Do you know what? A lot of people have said cold showers work. Now, when I get my migraines at 2 o'clock in the morning, literally I cannot think straight. So for me, the only thing I can think of doing at the time is putting... has anyone heard of that forehead? There's like a forehead balm that you can use that creates a really nice... It's like a forehead balm that creates a really nice kind of cold feeling. It's like a menthol feeling. That works if I can remember, or when I can find it in the dark. Some of the things that I've done so far have been to up my L-theanine levels, which is an amino acid which is supposed to inhibit the production of cortisol. Sometimes it seems to be working. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about what I've been doing to kind of alleviate that. And I love everybody's ideas. When I don't sleep and when I don't forgive myself about something. Nadia, we've talked about forgiveness and we talked about acceptance. And you've got to do what you've got to do. But you've got to be able to accept and forgive yourself. Because otherwise, how are you going to rest easy? And, you know, at the end of the day, we always talked about the idea that, you know, if God has forgiven you, then who are you to not forgive yourself? Yeah? So let's do a deep dive. Does anybody know what an actual neurological condition is? You know, what is a migraine? What is going on here? It's not just a bad headache. It's about the throbbing pain, which is often one-sided. So for me, it's always this side. Light, sound and smell sensitivity can often happen. So I think it was before AI said heat triggers yours. Is it light from the heat that triggers yours, or is it just the heat of it? Visual disturbances, auras, flashing lights can often do that. For a long time, hairspray also used to trigger mine. One of my cousins used to use hairspray and almost immediately I used to get a headache from it. Some of the things that we experience: nausea, check; dizziness, check; brain fog, you see it here for yourself; word loss, that happened. So, you know, all of these things are all here. These can last several hours to several days. Mine often lasts for about 2 to 3 weeks of chronic migraines, which like if you had a pain threshold, and my pain threshold was, like, you know, you give yourself, you know, 1 to 10, 10 being the highest pain, and 1 being the lowest. I normally have it buzzing at around a 2. But when I get a migraine, so a 2 is just like a little dull ache in the brain, just a kind of bit of a tingle. Yeah, I think I'd more describe it as a tingle more than anything else. Then if I get a migraine attack, it could literally shoot up to about a 6 and escalate to about an 8 or a 9. And then all of a sudden it just mysteriously disappears. It has mysteriously appeared. But this time, I don't think it's a mystery. I think I know why I got them this time round. And we'll talk about that in a second. But here's a key fact. A migraine is actually a dysfunction of the brain's pain and sensory processing systems. Systems that ADHD already dysregulates. So I'm on a back footing when it comes to migraines. I was already destined to have them. That's just okay. So let me just say that again. A migraine is a dysfunction of the brain's pain and sensory processing systems. So systems that an ADHDer already does not have. So as an ADHDer, I don't have it. So I've already got the sensory processing systems that are a bit problems. So let's talk about the ADHD brain. Hands up who's got ADHD in this crowd right now. Oh, I got a flash goal. Do you know, I always get these flash goals. What is a flash goal? The flash goal is to, oh, okay, let's start it. I have to get 3 gifters to send me a rose. Okay. All right. So I've got to get you guys to send me roses. So send me roses. What do I have to do for you guys to send me roses? Do I have to keep talking? Do I have to do something? Do I have to ask you guys questions? Let me know. So hands up, who's got a migraine? Oh, no, that was not my question. I'm losing the plot. Hands up, who has ADHD? Out of my 2 viewers that are watching this right now and the people that are flicking through. Who's got ADHD? I know I have, so hands up for that. So that's one of us anyway. And why are we more vulnerable to migraines? Okay, so here we go. As you know, ADHD is a nervous system regulation disorder. It's not just an attention issue, it's a nervous system regulation, which is why we have heightened emotional sensitivity. We have injustice sensitivity. We feel everything so heightened. We get super emotional, super upset about things. We're super sensitive about things. So the ADHD brain struggles with sensory processing, emotional regulation, impulse control, routine and sleep stability. Check, 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 check. It is the perfect storm for migraines. The irregular routines that we have. We have missed meals and dehydration and screen binging, which is some of the things, not just the women do, the men do it as well. I've got clients who can't stop being on their phone. They're very addicted to their phone. I do have older women's syndrome. Is it weird? I don't even know what kind of a syndrome that is, to be honest. So are you trying to call me an older woman? Because that's not going down well either. So Enoch, that was a really rubbish line. Try another one. Irregular routines, missed meals, dehydration, screen binging, sensory overwhelm, which is the noise, the lights, the touching, emotional sensitivity. We talked about this. So arguments, shame spirals, rejection, overthinking can give us a lot of migraines. You know, we say it's a headache. Let's just be honest. It's a migraine. Dysregulated sleep is probably the biggest one, because a lot of our ADHDers, people like me, struggle with insomnia. I find it really difficult to sleep. I find it difficult to stay asleep. So I'm getting too little sleep. Maybe when I oversleep, I get too much sleep. Maybe my timing is wrong, but I sleep from about 12, and then I wake up a few times, and then I'm awake at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's some of the things that I do on a regular basis. I always get up at 6. That's my alarm clock, natural alarm clock. My alarm doesn't even go off because I get up naturally. Sometimes I get up even earlier. ADHDers are twice likely to suffer from migraines, especially women, and those who are suffering with co-occurring anxieties. Co-occurring anxieties, for example, depression, I don't know what else at the moment, because my brain is not functioning properly, because I'm still trying to use this as a way to, and my battery's running out as well, so I don't want to get kicked off my own live. I'm just going to quickly do that. Let me just quickly move this and put that there. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I guess women and those suffering from co-occurring anxieties. So we talked about depression. What other are co-occurring anxieties that are linked with ADHD? The emotional dysregulation, we talked about that already. Anxieties happen in all sorts of ways. So I guess you guys need to tell me what kind of anxieties you get. I still have this flash goal going on at the moment. We've got 10 minutes left. Are you guys going to send me a rose, or is that not how it works? It's some sort of goal, apparently. Anyway, doesn't make a difference. Cortisol. And by the way, I don't know whether I'm going to last a full hour here, because I'm already feeling the effects, and I'm absolutely exhausted right now. And I don't really know how long I'm going to last. But just to give you an idea of what happens when I get tired and when I get burnt out, what has to happen in order for that to happen. So I'm coaching full time, as you know. So from about 8 o'clock in the morning till maybe 5 or 6 in the evening, I'm coaching on and off all day long. I've got this new service that I've launched out, which is the Serenity's 30-day transformation. I am dismissive. Being interesting in older women wasn't personal. Unfortunately, you are old. Actually, yeah, I am not being dismissive. I don't even understand when you said I do have older women syndrome. Is it weird? You need to elaborate more on that. I'm only going to go by the one line that you give me. And if you're going to be, just give me a one line and that's not going to help me understand what that actually means, then I am going to be dismissive, because there's no point in me talking about something I have no clue about. I know about migraines, so I'm talking about that. I don't know anything about older women syndrome, and I don't even know what that means. And unfortunately for you, I am not old, because I'm still young at heart. And if you tried to guess my age, you'd get it totally wrong. What's the other thing? So yeah, so as I was saying, I do my coaching. I've also launched my how-to transformation challenge in 30 days, which is a more discreet coaching service designed to help those that don't have time to get on a call every single day with me, because I do accountability coaching as well. And they don't have the time to get on the phone every day, but they still want to make those small changes. So those small changes come in the way of a task. It's like a 5-minute task that gets sent for your phone, and you do the task. The accountability is there because you've got to put everything onto that platform. And so it allows you to kind of grow in your own time and do the tasks in your own time. You've got 24 hours to do it, basically. And if you can do it within 24 hours, we're all good. Ever heard of TikTok? Yet on it, limited characters. Why are you being so, Enoch, why are you being so enigmatic and very just saying these random oracle type things? I have no idea. And you are now going to get, who is this person? I'm going to block this account because I don't like what this person has just said to me. There's no need for it. Thank you very much. We've got a guest on my Instagram. We're going to be talking about migraines. Do you get migraines, Shuji? Let's talk. Hi, Shujit. How you doing?
Oh, I'm alright. How are you?
You're on my live. Welcome to Serenity Night Live Show.
How are you? You alright?
I'm very well, thank you. How are
I
you?
just saw you. I said you're. I just saw you live, so I said, let me go and see what she's doing.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm talking about migraines on this show today because I talk about things that are to do with ADHD, neurodivergence. We talk about mindset. We talk about nutrition. We talk about all sorts of different things.
You don't talk about singers singing songs.
Oh, I haven't done that in a while. I stopped singing a very long time ago, actually. It's been
Why?
since, I think since Mum passed away is when I
Oh,
stopped singing. Yeah.
oh, okay. Sorry to hear that.
So, and that it just after Mum passed away, I just didn't feel like singing anymore. And every time I tried to sing a song, I'd choke up. So
Okay, okay.
I was just like, yeah, I think I'm done with the singing. And
Oh,
now,
okay.
but do you struggle with migraines and headaches, Srijit?
You know what? No, I never have anything like that.
What about your spouse and family members? Do they struggle with it?
I don't have it. I don't have any spouse or anything. My mom and sisters are back in Bombay,
Yeah.
and I'm here alone.
How you been anyway?
I'm alright. It's been like it's about.
Mate, it's been since Clay Oven, yeah?
I know it's been like I think so 27 years.
Possibly. It's been a
Yeah,
really long time. For the benefits of my viewers, Srijit is a very old friend, a fellow singer. I think we shared the stage a couple of times.
yeah.
But, you know, we've been in the sort of circles and we know each other. We know the same sort of musicians, and we've always carried on chatting about our love for music and our love for singing. So, yeah. it's really nice to see you.
Yeah. So now at the moment, like I'm just staying with one of my best friends, and uh, like we enjoy our life mainly. And
Yeah.
my shows are really busy, so I'm working, and then I'm doing my shows also. So it's all right.
Where are you
And
singing now?
singing, it's anywhere, private functions. There are a lot of other people who bring me and call me. Last week I was with 515, Chama and them lot.
Oh,
And
okay.
so,
How are they?
yeah, it was good. It was a house party. It was a wedding, but done in the back of the house and everything. It was a big marquee built.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so we did a show there. And other than that, whoever rings me, I just go and just sing. That's it.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're still doing that. Now I'm just a wedding choreographer when it comes to that side of my life.
Oh,
I
is
just
it?
go
That's
to
good.
weddings and teach people how to dance there.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's still.
Uh,
I mean, I'm still kind of in the industry in that regard because, um, the weddings, and I still see the singers, and I still see the same DJs. I'm still in the
yeah.
same sort of circuit. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And then
Oh,
obviously I've got the show, and I've got my coaching, and I'm doing all sorts of stuff, as you can see.
that's good. You're doing
Yeah,
a lot of things then. I'm just
yeah,
stuck to my singing and my work. I'm busy with my work also. I work for Volkswagen, so Monday to Friday, I'm busy, and then weekends and everything, I'm just with my friends and my roommate. Everyone, we just go out, chill out. That's it. That's life, you see. And I'm
that is
almost
life.
50.
That's a
I'm
good
50.
life to have. That's a
I'm
very
50.
nice life to have.
I'm 50. So I'm just using my life now properly.
No way you're 50.
Yes, I am 50.
Since
I'm 50.
when?
Yeah, I'm
Get
50.
out
Yeah,
of here.
I'm 50. It's not a joke. I When I came here in this country, I was like 24. So it's been like 26 years now. 20,
Wow.
20, 20, yeah, 25, 26 years.
Really?
Yeah. And I think so that time we met in Clave, and that was the time when we met, when I started doing
Oh, clay
private
oven
shows
days
and everything.
are good. I do miss clay oven now that they stopped doing those
Now
live shows
they stopped,
now.
but they do it when Diwali comes and New Year's and Christmas parties and everything. That time me and
Is
Veda
that it?
sing.
They
Yeah.
don't do their weekly things
No,
anymore.
no, no, no. Weekdays was like Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And we used to be busy so badly then.
I know,
Every
I
time, all the
remember
weekends we were there. So now it's not the same. Like, there's so many other places they've opened, and musicians, they call from India, and that spoiled our market here in London because a lot of all the London musicians are not happy with it
Yeah, I
because
can
they
imagine.
put the price down and so low. Like, just imagine what I charge, they charge for the whole band. So
Yeah.
big makes a big difference, you see. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just, I'm working, so I don't really look at if I'm
Yeah.
getting paid or
I
not.
guess I guess
So
for
whenever
us
the show
it's
comes, I just do it. That's it. I'm not like running behind it or anything.
no, exactly. And that's why I did the wedding choreography because for me it just works as a way of making a little bit more pocket money doing what I love.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It was
Good.
nice to see you after a long time. Well, you carry
Yeah,
on.
thank you so much for joining me on here. You
Thank
know
you
that
very
this
much.
is going to go live and I'm going to be sharing this, so you're going to be
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
it.
Okay, no worries.
And it just shows how brilliant I am that anything can happen on this show and I am ready for it.
Yeah, good, 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 good. Nice one.
So good.
You
Oh
look
well,
after
thank you
yourself.
so much for
Thank
joining me
you.
on my show, Shriji.
Nice one. Thank
Say
you very much.
hi to everybody. Say hi to Shama. I'm also
Yeah.
called Shama, by the way, and there's also another single called Shama. So as you can tell, it was really confusing because I was just like, no, I'm not that one. I'm this one. Say hi to everybody for
I will
me,
have it.
and
Definitely.
do you still speak to Veda?
Yeah,
Oh, tell her I
all the
said
time.
hi.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh,
I will.
excellent. All right, you take care of yourself. See you
Take care. Look
soon.
after yourself. Nice one.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Take
Bye. Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
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 So, guys, that was my friend Shijit. He has been with me. We've been friends for ages, and although he didn't want to talk about migraines, it was really nice for him to come and say hi. I haven't seen him for ages, so thank you very much, people. I just had Enoch saying some really strange things to me just now. Ever heard of TikTok yet? On it, limited characters. I have no idea what that means. Like you, would you? And then he said bye. Enoch, you were enigmatic. Thank you for your input. I have no idea why you said what you said, um, but I'm okay with that. So thank you very much. Please come and join us again and tell us exactly what you meant. So let's talk about all the other. Do you know what? I've been trying to get through my list of why I've been burnt out and I can't seem to do it. Who else has just joined me? I'm getting messages. Why is people messaging me? Where are these messages coming from? I don't know. I don't know where these messages happened. Nobody's messaging me. Okay, that's fine. Someone said someone's messaging me and now they're not. So my coaching. So I do that in the morning. Then I have my how-tos, which I've explained what that is. That is my new service. That is how to get from, what is your how-to? If you had something that you could change in your life today, what would it be? How to get more confident in front of the camera, how to become more productive in work, how to get more confident as a teacher, any how-to. Some of the how-tos we're dealing with at the moment is how to develop my 5-year plan. Another one is how to slow down. Another one is, how to pop up on a surfboard. I can do anything you want me to do. So tell me, what is your how-to? So that's something else that I've launched recently, and that's been a few weeks, and it's taken a lot of my time. I do my podcasts. As you know, I'm part of the Serenity Night Live, which is going on right now. And then you've got Gupcast with my great friend Aman. Aman, he is absolutely great. We're going to be working on Mondays. He's just been away for a few days, which is why we haven't been on the Gupcast, and we haven't really been able to do anything on that. But we will be doing it very, very soon. Then I've also got a webinar coming up for young adults, ranging from about 16 to about 19. And that is with the help of the Desi Network, Janisha and Davina, a fantastic crew. We've been working very closely together to try and create a webinar and a coaching seminar which will allow our youth of today to benefit from getting our core values, mission statements, how to stand out in a crowd, life skills, how to become more confident in interviews. So we're going to be going through my coaching program and teaching the young youths of today how to be better and how to stand out. So that's going on. And then I've got my chocolate production that's going on. And then I've got my fingers in a lot of pies. And because of that, I realized two things. A, I've spread myself too thinly. And B, I have opened myself up to get no sleep whatsoever, so I end up getting a migraine. So that is the reason why I had migraines, people. It's because I'm doing the coaching, the how-tos, the podcasts, the TDN. Then I've got to look after the house. Then I've got to look after the kids. Then I've got to look after everything else. There is so much going on in my life right now that I'm like, it is no wonder that I get migraines. But having said that, I'm not getting them as frequently as I used to get, and we'll come on to that very, very soon. Migraines. We are talking migraines, people. Have you ever had a migraine? Is that something that you struggle with? Please feel free to tell me. What do you do to sort out your migraines? Is it sitting in a dark room all day long? How does that work? See, I can't do that. I can't sit in a room. I feel so unproductive sitting in a room. I go through the headache. I just go through it, and then I'll fall asleep. That's probably the best way for me. So let's talk about my favorite hormone, the stress hormone cortisol. I did my notes on this because I really wanted to get down and deep and dirty with cortisol. Cortisol is released when I'm stressed. When you're stressed, when I'm stressed, cortisol is released. But ADHDers get stuck in this fight or flight mechanism that seems to take over our world. We get stuck in that, and then we're paralyzed. We don't know what we're doing at the end of the day. Just like me, I don't know what I'm doing on this show at the moment, most of the time, but I just talk, and hope for the best. I'm getting a lot of likes though, so I'm happy with that. And if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, please feel free to do so at Serenity Coaching. Please feel free to send me whatever you guys send each other on this thing. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So cortisol is released when I'm stressed, when you're stressed. ADHD's brains get stuck in a flight or fight situation, and we're forever stuck in that fight or flight situation. Signs of chronically elevated cortisol. get ready and grab a pen. Fatigue, tiredness, basically. Getting that feeling of being wired constantly, that you know when you feel wired because you're just like, you know, that feeling that you feel like as if someone's put a plug in you, and so you're, you know, the electric current's going through and you feel very kind of on edge. It's almost anxiety related. Tensional headaches happen, the migraines happen. I crave a lot of sugar. So thank you to my friend at Odo's, who is currently making me my favorite flavor cookies. I do like his double chocolate chip cookies. They're very good. But I've also put in an order for some peanut butter and dark chocolate cookies. So there's my craving. I have the sugar, I have the salt, I have the coffee. I feel like these things all the time. I get it. There's the hormonal chaos. So that's the cortisol mixed with maybe perimenopausal at some point as well in my life. That's probably making things a lot worse. And inflammation and gut issues. So I find myself with stomach aches, pains, body aches, sometimes a lot of things. My shoulders ache. This part aches a lot as well. So how does this link with migraines, you ask? Good question. Cortisol, when it spikes, it creates the vascular changes and then it activates the migraine. Vascular meaning the veins that surround the brain and surround your body. Mine tightens. So when the blood isn't hitting my brain, that's when I get the migraine. So I have to massage it to kind of loosen it up a little bit and let the brain flow go towards it. So I find that helps. Hi, Cookie Monster, we're talking about, and Josh, we're talking about migraines. So if you struggle with migraines, stick around. We're going to be talking about the early signs and talking about what happens when we have cortisol. So when the cortisol spikes and your veins start constricting and it constricts the blood flow to your brain, that's when you get the migraines. So the constant mental multitasking, as you can see, I was doing the coaching and I'm doing that, launch the how-tos, and then I'm doing the webinars, and then I'm doing this show. I didn't even mention the show. This show happens as well once a week. I've got a plan for that. I've got a plan for my guests. I've got to do all the research for that. I have no help. This is just me, one-man band doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things all at once in one day is what I'm juggling with on a regular basis. So the constant mental multitasking. So with the ADHD as well, not only am I multitasking physically, but I'm multitasking mentally in here. Oh, don't forget to do this. Oh, don't forget to do that. Oh, don't forget to do this. You're not good enough, by the way, but you know that happens as well. So, and if I ignore the signs of my migraines, and I say, oh no, one more day I can do it. One more day and I can do it. I don't take a holiday, and I haven't taken a holiday for a while, actually, I have to say, but I am due a holiday soon. If I ignore those early signs, I'll have a full-blown shutdown, which is what is happening right now. I'm now on day 3 of my migraines, and I would say in terms of the pain threshold, 1 to 10, I'd say I'm at 6 right now, which means this eye is going to start going a bit funny, but it's okay. Just ignore it. Please, just ignore the weirdness that happens in my face. I'm not going through a stroke. I'm not having a heart attack. It's just a migraine attack. So this one's for the ladies. So if the men don't want to stick around, by all means, you know, you can disappear. This one's for the ladies, though. Migraine, ADHD, hormone cycle, perimenopausal and stress cycle. All of these things mixed in together makes us prime fodder for migraines. Now, it's actually ironic as well, because when my period started, when I was 14 years old, that is also when my migraines started as well. I think I can link the two together. So what happens in women, especially in women? So the estrogen fluctuations sensitize the brain to migraine triggers. So that happens. Many ADHDers, including myself, have reported migraines worsening pre-period. So we've got low estrogen and high inflammation. ovulation, so an estrogen surge during perimenopause, um, and cortisol and estrogen instability, which is the migraine roulette. So that happens a lot. So poor women, yeah, should feel sorry for us a little bit. Don't feel sorry for us. You know, it is what it is. We deal with it. This is a testament to our strength as well, because as women, we deal with so many things that are going on internally in our body, and yet we have to deal with external factors as well. And, you know, it just doesn't let up. You know, we want to work. But if we work, then we're being selfish because we're not being around for our families and our children. And if we are with our mothers, as mothers with our children, then we're financially burdening our husbands to, you know, to earn the money. And so therefore, you know, we can't win. So I think that we have a real hard time about this. Men have a hard time as well. Don't get me wrong. But we're talking about women in this case. Okay. So in this case, we're talking about the women. With men, I have yet to hear whether a man, I don't know whether this person on my TikTok that reported about heat being a trigger for their migraines, I don't know whether that was a man or a woman. If you are a man, do you get headaches and migraines? I'm about to yawn. That's also that's a migraine thing. That means I may have to cut this short if I continue. But mind you, I've only got 15 more minutes to go. I think I'll be okay. So other migraine triggers that ADHD brains walk straight into: please don't skip your meals. Stop drinking too much tea or coffee. If you're going to drink a lot of coffee because you love your coffee, I don't have a problem with that. You shouldn't have a problem with that. You love it, right? But alternate, have a coffee, drink some water. Have a coffee, drink some water, and so on and so forth. So alternate your drinks. If you love your coffee, have other things in between your coffees as well, so you stay hydrated. Because I think hydration is also a big factor of our migraines. Bright, busy environments, when you go into those, hello Westfield, that happens. You know, or Primark, their lights tend to be quite straight in the eye. Emotional arguments or high stakes situations, that often triggers migraines. But for me, it happens after. So I'll go through all of the stress, I'll go through all of the issues, and I'll be fine. And then somewhere down the line, it's like my body's telling me, right, you've done everything, well done you, now you're tired, here's a migraine. So that's like my body telling me that it's time to rest and take a break. But here's the thing. The sleep irregularities, like I said, is my vicious circle. It just keeps going round and round and round. So for example, when I started getting my migraines, it was so intense in the night that I found it really difficult to sleep. And I was afraid to sleep because they were so intense. And because of that, now I have chronic insomnia. And if I get too much insomnia, then the migraines get triggered anyway. And then I'm back to square one where I'm not sleeping because I'm afraid to sleep. I can count on my hands the past few days. I'm the yawn again. I can count on my hands the past few days how many hours I've slept. All right, so there's that vicious cycle that's happening all the time. So sleeping in causes migraines, having insomnia causes migraines, so we cannot win either way. Sensory clutter, noise, lights, smells, tight clothing, anything that's too sensory for us can give us migraines. What gives you migraines? Someone mentioned heat. Someone mentioned, someone else mentioned something. Let me just have a quick look. What did they mention? Someone heat. Someone tried to do cold showers. Okay, so there's quite a few people that struggle with migraines. What does it feel like? It's not just the pain that I struggle with, it's the complete shutdown. I'm on a live show at the moment with a migraine, and sometimes I'm struggling with the words, I'm distracted by the whole thing. But I want you to see what that looks like, because here's me trying to set up a show, trying to stop the migraine from winning because it's making me yawn a lot because it's quite tiring. Trying to go through a migraine and trying to stay alert at the same time. So as you can see now, this eye is slightly better now. Before it was looking smaller because it had swelled up, but now it seems a lot better. So that's good. So what does it feel like to have not just the pain, but the shutdown, the cognitive fog, the zero tolerance for sound and interaction? For that one, that doesn't happen with me, by the way. For me, like for example, I had a migraine attack yesterday, but I still felt like I needed to go for a Zumba and dance it out. And actually for a while, it really helps because I'm getting rid of all my stresses, and dancing helps me. Hang on, I'm going to yawn again. It is such a pain having a migraine. Honestly, it gets in the way of everything. I can't even do a decent show. I feel like I want to cry. So zero tolerance for sound or interaction. But for me, if I'm dancing, I find it. No, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. It's not crying. It's the migraine that's making me yawn. That's making me cry. So thank you. You don't have to feel worried about me. I'm not crying live on air. That's actually quite embarrassing if you thought I was. I'm not. The emotional spiral, the guilt, the frustration, and the shame, that goes hand in hand with ADHD anyway, because we feel guilt for not being able to do the jobs that we say we're going to do. We feel frustration, again, at not being able to do the things that we say we're going to do, and the shame of, trying to be, I don't know, maybe something that we're not, maybe trying to overcompensate because we feel the shame of not being able to do things. We mimic burnout, depression, and panic. Does that sound familiar to you guys? For ADHDers, migraines are not just headaches. Wait. Yeah. Migraines are not just about the headaches, the tiredness, the shutdown warning system screaming too much is what happens. Go to church. I do pray. I pray as much as I can. I don't really go to a church. I go to a masjid from time to time, but we can pray at home. It's fine. That often helps, actually, I have to say. If I don't intervene with my migraines, which I'll talk about in a minute, what happens to me? I get executive dysfunction. I get missed work. I get isolation because I don't want to speak to anybody. Migraine frequency increases. Chronic migraine develops. Emotional dysregulation worsens. You stop trusting your body, which lowers your self-worth. And that's what happens. Jesus Christ said, I will give you rest. You're absolutely right. Our Hazrat Isa, as we say in our culture for Jesus Christ, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam did say he will give us rest, but he said he will give us rest on the second coming. So we're waiting for that. So now on to what do you do to help with migraines? What is migraines and how can we help? So what do? I do my, so if I get a migraine at 2 a.m., there's not much I can do because it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm already like, I have no idea what's going on already. Somebody said to me, every time you get a migraine, put your feet in hot water. Hang on, I'm about to yawn again. I apologize so badly. I'm not yawning because I'm tired. I'm yawning because of the migraines. It's making me super, super tired. So I have, somebody said to me to put my feet in hot water. I'm like, people, where am I going to get the opportunity at 2 o'clock in the morning to get a kettle, to fill it up, to boil it, to put it in a bucket, only to put my feet in it? And knowing me, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to put my feet in boiling water my feet are going to cook. That's what's going to happen. So no, I tend to use a forehead balm that I've got. It's called Forehead. It's and I put that. That seems to help a lot. What else seems to work? Bananas, because bananas are good with potassium. I have a gel mask. So if I do have the energy and it happens earlier on in the night, I do have an opportunity to go down and grab my gel mask that I put in the freezer and then sleep on that. And because the ice, it sort of massages my brain on this side, I end up falling asleep. Distraction methods like podcasts seem to help when I listen to them in the night. I'm trying to stifle another yawn here because I've just realized it looks really unprofessional, me constantly yawning on my own live. I'm supposed to be boring you, not myself. What other things do I do? So the gel mask, I get my children to press down on my shoulders. That releases the tension in the neck, and that tends to alleviate. Certain points here, just behind my ear, these are all very good points to press upon when you're getting a migraine. So your forehead here, your temple, just above your ear, and the back of your head. If we can go round and round on those things, they tend to work really, really well. So I spend a lot of my nights fluctuating between this all night long because I cannot be bothered to go all the way down to get my gel mask. And that sometimes helps me fall asleep. What else do I do? Dancing, staying happy, taking L-theanine. Now, L-theanine has been an interesting experiment because when I was younger, I used to get a lot more migraines than I do now. Now I get them once a year, but that is now when I'm too tired. That's when I get the burnout. When I'm doing too much and I'm not listening to my body, that's when I get the migraines. I'm back to yawn again. Oh my God. Oh, migraines tire me out. That is the bottom line. That is my takeaway. Migraines really, really tire me out. Do you guys get migraines? What do you struggle with? Do you struggle with anything to do with ADHD? Is there anything that you like to talk about for my next show? The only reason why I'm asking you is because I do have a few guests lined up. But if you guys want to come on my show and talk about things that interest you, I would love to talk to you about it. So please join me. Hi, Biggie. I hope you're well. I've got a bit of a migraine at the moment, so I'm just coursing through this. So my takeaway is this, guys, if you can, try and keep yourself as less stressed out as possible. What can you do to minimize your stress? That depends on the individual. So the things that minimize my stress is dancing, eating. Eating always minimizes my stress. What else? Not really caring about what other people think of you right now. That is often a very good way of being free from stress and migraines. Loads of water. Yeah, we've done the whole hydration thing. Chocolate. Yeah, done that as well. That helps a lot. But they just don't go away. So my takeaway from this is that I'm destined to have migraines possibly for the rest of my life, and it's all about pain management. And so I would like to make sure that you guys get whatever you can out of this in terms of pain management. Pain management. A Baker on TikTok is saying, hey, hi, we are talking about migraines. You are a little bit late to the party. I've probably got 5 more minutes to go before I get kicked off my own live. What would you like to say? Haribo's Tangy Fizzy. Really? What? I've never heard of that. Get out of here. Haribo's Tangy Fizzy. How does that even help? CBD helps, by the way. I'd like to think CBD does help because I've taken it subcutaneously, which is underneath your tongue. and I've noticed that helps. No, I avoid sweets, to be honest, when I'm on a migraine. I try not to. Having said that, I did eat a whole batch of Odo's cookies. Odo's, your cookies are bloody awesome. Shout out to you. But yeah, that's it. That is my take on migraines and what happens, and especially when you have ADHD, your migraines are heightened even more. Guys, I hope that this was useful. It probably wasn't as useful as I was hoping it would be because my brain was all over the place. But this is what Alive does, and here I am, raw, totally coachable. Just be kind. You don't have to be rude. And that's it, really. Guys, have a good time. I hope you will never ever get migraines. Ever. I don't wish this on my enemies. I'm sure there was something else that I needed to mention, but I've now forgotten what it is. But if you guys feel free to question this live and question the live, question like, what the hell were you thinking? That's one question that I would ask myself. But you know what? It is what it is, and every show that I do is a learning curve, and everything that I do is a testament to how I want to help you guys manage your ADHDs or manage your symptoms like I've been managing without even realizing I had it in the first place because I got diagnosed 3 years ago. So if you guys have any questions or you want to know more about any of the things that I'm doing, my coaching, my 30-day challenge on how to, any of the podcasts that I'm doing, what my webinars are about if you're between 16 to 18-year-olds, the chocolates that I make, whatever you want to ask, please feel free to ask me. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Have a great time till next week. Oh, next week, what have we got? I do have a guest ready, but I don't know who's coming on because they haven't confirmed yet. So I'm going to confirm with them and I will let everybody know who's coming in next week. Get your questions ready. Be ready to join my live and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.